Okay, so I'm doing a video basically. Uh, Two things I heard about doing a couple different videos. So for one, this one is gonna be about hair texture. Yeah. Get the hair texture one out first. I get tired of people talking about we shouldn't use the term good hair. There's tons of reasons why people can use the term good hair. Just like they can use good skin, good nose shape, good eyes, good butt, good hair, People can use those things because it's a matter of perception. It's a matter of what is preferred. Now, if you automatically think that softer hair is preferred and you have tight hair, well, then you've got a problem. Is that anyone's problem that you think that someone else's hair is good? No, it's not. This is the same thing with like dark skin versus light skin and all that crap, okay? It's the same thing. Where you guys think, oh, if you say one thing is good, then I'm upset because now I feel less than. Now, you had the problem of associating good hair with softer hair. I mean, unless we're in a ghetto somewhere, excuse me, and basically saying that, you know, good hair is the ghetto term of good hair, and not just thinking good hair, which is whatever you consider good hair to be, then I mean, I guess then you're insulted. But sweetie, I don't come from a ghetto, okay? And I don't understand your ghetto lingo, okay? So I mean, like, if you want to be talking about, what is good hair to somebody, you should probably focus on the fact that not everybody sees good hair as the same thing, basically. And everybody has a right to think good hair is whatever they think good hair is. For me, for example, this is the main thing with me and swirling and being a divester. Well, being a swirler, divested, things of that nature. Many of the time, people often say that people always assume, that the swirler prefers softer hair for good hair purposes. Hands are up again. And as always, like from my perspective, I've always had the certain perspective of actually preferring people. I think good hair is 4C hair and 3C hair. If I had to choose between 4C and 3C, I would say 4C hair is better hair than 3C. Even though I might be a little bit biased personally because I do have hair that is, I've always been like the top of my hair is kind of like 3C. Most of my hair is like 4A. 4A hair is closer to 3C hair than it is to 4C hair. But I hate 4A hair altogether because I hate 4A, 3A, and 2A, and 1A hair. They all fucking suck, okay? Little fine ass, thin, weak ass fucking hair. I hate that hair, okay? Seriously, I don't care what race it's on. I don't want any A hair. A hair sucks. But that's a whole different story. We're talking about texture here. So to me, that is a main thing. People always are talking about, like, who has, what they consider good hair to be. And it's like, from my perspective, good hair is for 4C hair. Good hair is 4C hair. Good hair is C hair, specifically. Strong hair. I like thick, strong hair. I do. Superfluous hair, basically. Like 4C hair. Big afros, basically. Um, 3C is almost like a 4C to me, from my perspective. I understand the curls are softer, straighter or whatever. I don't even understand why we call it softer. It's not really softer, it's just straighter, right? But either way, I mean, like, to me, they kind of look alike with thickness. One's just a little bit straighter and kind of falls down more. It doesn't even fall down really. It kind of stays to the side, kind of like 4A kind of stands up, which is, I don't know. I like that more because it seems better to me. But it's just like, so when I say good hair, people will think that I'm talking about soft hair. I'm not talking about straight hair. I don't understand. Why would white people, and especially Asian people, how do Asian people have good hair? Like, to me, they have the limpest, ugliest hair ever, being completely honest. And white people, it's like, from my perspective with white people, is this. Yeah, I don't really get with guys who, okay, I have gotten with guys who have straight hair, to be completely honest, a couple times. But most of the time, I don't like their hair when it's like that. And sometimes it's like I ignore that. For example, like if they have dark hair, but their hair is straight, it's like kind of like a compliment to the fact that their hair is straight. So, yeah, I don't prefer them to have straight hair. It would be better if they had dark hair and curly hair, from my perspective. I don't understand how a straight haired person, whether they're white or Asian, how that's nice. It's like flat, limp, and just dead. I don't understand. Why would I like that? I really don't. Uh, that to me is no preference of mine. And then on top of it, with the white, like, not with the white, with the Asian people, they have so much of the time egg hair, which is the ugliest shit ever. Like, to me, I don't like egg hair. To me, I mean, like, that is definitely not good hair. To me, from my perspective, that is definitely bad hair. But I've already said that I consider A hair bad hair. Anyway, no matter the curl, even. But the straight A hair is just the worst to me. I mean, like, if your hair is curly and it's A, it's got more life to it than A hair that's actually just straight and flat and dead. But, so I never understood why someone would just assume if I say good hair, I'm not talking about white people's hair or Asian people's hair. White people, to me anyway, don't specifically have straight hair. So that's why I never understand why we say white people's hair. Other men that I've preferred their hair to, that were white, were between a 2B and a 3C. 3C, for example, was my favorite, and actually, because I love 3C hair. 3C hair is like I love 3C hair. It's kind of like basically what I want my hair to be because I like it to be thicker and more lively, basically. And my curls are like pin size, right? And theirs are like pencil size. So they're like the curls are pretty much similar, but the curls aren't as just superfluous as the 3C hair. So to me, like when a white man has 3C hair, that's like the best that a white person can do. And I consider that good hair. I consider both 3C and 4C hair good hair. So I don't understand why people always try and act like, if you have 4C hair, or if you're saying good hair, you're not including 4C hair. From my perspective, I always am thinking of 4C hair and then secondarily 3C hair, unless I'm talking about a man. And you know me, I prefer white men and, mixed men. If he's mixed, I might think, he has the possibility of having 4C hair. Excuse me. And if you have 4C hair, I mean, like that's the best in my opinion over having 3C hair. Um, but for a woman, for a black woman, to me, I mean, like a 4C. I don't understand why do people dislike 4C hair. I do not have 4C hair personally, So maybe I just don't understand the cons of having 4C hair, but from my perspective, that hair is the coolest hair I've ever seen, and that's the best hair I've ever seen. So I don't understand why, if I say good hair, it has to have to do with somebody's straight limp hair, when it's really meaning somebody who has hair that's full of life, and it's thick and it's beautiful, and it's big and it's 4C hair, most likely, That's, to me, my preference. And I don't understand why people can't have a preference with hair type. I mean, like, some people like curly hair, some people like straight hair, some people like 4C hair. It depends on the person. Good hair is dependent on what the person considers good and what the person considers bad. Mostly, if you think of it, for me, I don't really see bad hair as a texture or good hair as a texture. I see good hair as thickness. So if you have C hair, especially, that's why 2C is included. But 2C is not as good as 4C hair. Um, but to me, the best types of hair is 4C, 3C, then 2C. And I guess 1C to me, like, is the bare minimum of what I'm interested in, basically. Because there have been men that were, I think, 1C. You could tell their hair's thick, but it's one. And I don't like the fact that their hair is straight. That's not my preference, but some people are just that way. But, yeah, I just don't understand why people don't understand that with, you know, good hair versus bad hair. Good hair versus bad hair means different things. It's just like, you know, some people understand that you can have a different preference in skin tone sometimes, but many of the time they get stuck on the idea that light is better than dark. Um, and that's just sad. But with hair texture, people don't understand that yes, you can actually prefer 4C hair over other types of hair types. And I think people have to understand, if they understand that people can have different preferences, good hair isn't going to be insulting to them anymore because they understand that you too can have good hair not depending on what texture you have, and depending on what the person prefers. Like, for me, like I said, a straighter hair type might be a little bit lesser than, a curlier hair type. A thinner hair type to me is always less than the thick hair types. A's, that's why I don't like A's. I just don't like A's. And I refuse to reproduce with an A. Because if I reproduce with an A, I'm pretty sure my kid will end up with an A. And that's one thing I do not want. I do not want any kids that have thin hair. But anyway, um, point is, texture doesn't have to mean a bad texture if you don't feel insecure about your texture. If you feel well and comfortable and feel like you have good hair as a 4C hair sister, you have good hair as a 4C hair sister. Most likely, you have the best hair. So I just don't get why the good hair, bad hair terms have to do with something racist or something to do with colorism when in reality it really doesn't. If people had a normal mindset and not, oh my god, my 4C hair is bad, you're only saying that. Stop saying your 4C hair is bad and it won't be bad hair. You have to have some confidence, sweetie. So that's all I have to really say on that in this video. Thanks for watching and bye.